What's going on? Today we're going to learn Father and Son by Cat Stevens. This one shouldn't take you too long because there's only 2 parts to learn. Make sure to check out my 10 steps to mastering the guitar free training in the description below this video. And with that, let's get into it. Okay, so this part is going to be the intro and the break. This part's played a few parts of the song. Obviously, you can identify where they are pretty easily. So it's a bit of a funky riff here. We're going to start with what's technically a G chord, but just playing this 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And then you're just going to strum. I find this strum works best if you try and not pick that 1st string very much, if you can avoid it, but don't be too worried about it. But it sounds better without that 1st string there. And there you go. So down, down, up. And then on that 2nd one, you're going to hammer on with your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string and your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Basically a C chord with this low 6th string note instead. So you're going to do... So that end there is just a hammer on. So you're going to play that. Then you're going to move up here to the 5th fret on the 3rd string. Then you're going to play... So 5th fret on the 3rd string to 3rd fret on the 1st string. Then back to the 5th. And then the 5th fret on the 1st string. There's that riff. Then you're going to put both parts together. And you're going to play that part 3 times. And then on the 4th time, you're just playing that 1st half. And there's that whole section. Okay, so now moving into the other part of this song, the part played in the verses. Now the song doesn't actually have any choruses, it's just 4 verses, but we've got verse 1 and 3 that are played the same, and verse 2 and 4 that are played the same. So we're going to start on a G chord and learn our strumming. That's all there is to it. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Super simple, super easy, the most basic strumming pattern you can have. It's nice and slow and nice and simple. And all we're going to do is change that strumming pattern on a bunch of different chords. So this one, like a lot of old songs, has a ton of different chords. Lyrics and chords are in the description of this video. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to follow along if you look at those in the description below this video and follow along with me as I'm saying it. With that being said, verse 1 is going to have 8 chords. The first 4 are going to be G, D, C, and A minor 7. And then the second 4 are going to be G, E minor, A minor 7, and D. So you're just going to play the strumming pattern once on each of these 8 chords before switching. And right there, there's your entire verse 1 and 3. Just 8 different chords, really simple strumming. Shouldn't take you too much practice at all. The toughest part's just going to be memorizing those chords. So that's all there is to it for verse 1 and 3. Then verse 2 and 4 is going to be a lot more complicated chords-wise. The strumming pattern is going to be exactly the same as verse 1 and 3, but this time we've just got a lot more chords. This one is going to be the toughest part of this whole song to do, is to memorize these chords. So just follow along with those chords and lyrics in the description. A lot of times, work on memorizing it 4 chords at a time, and then eventually you'll memorize the full progression. But this part is going to give you the most trouble, so don't worry if it takes you a while to memorize it. It took me a while to memorize it too. So when you're following along with this, it's easiest to break it into 4 chord chunks. And you can see that we've got 16 chords and then the ending. The first and third chunk are the same, and then the second and fourth chunk are almost the same. So what I mean by this is the first 4 chords are G, B minor, C, and A minor 7. Then we've got 4 more chords, and then that G, B minor, C, A minor 7 is going to repeat. The only other important thing to note before we go through it is that at 2 parts in this verse, on the 4th chunk of chords and at the very end, we're going to play the chords for only half a bar. We're going to go down, down, up on both chords. So those sections will look like this. So you can see you got that half-time switch. So you'll see this as I play it through, but just be aware of that. That's going to be the only parts in this verse that are played differently. So with that being said, I'm just going to play the full thing for you. The actual playing is not that difficult. It's just the order of the chords that's going to stump you. And there you go, there's the full verse. So that's a lot of chords. Just work on it 4 chords at a time. Try and memorize that, break it into chunks, and it's just going to help you a lot with the memorization. And if you can play those parts, you can play the entire song. Please hit that thumbs up button and say hi in the comments. It really does make a difference. And make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get notified of all my newest uploads and learn guitar a lot faster. I'll see you in the next video.